Okay, so in this video we're going to do lesson 34.1 and 34.2 excuse me, but this is only for the surface area and volume of prisms. And we're only going to do rectangular prisms and triangular prisms. Okay, so here are the formulas. So you pretty much need to know when to use them and how to use them. I can make this a little better. So for surface area, the formula is perimeter times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. So here P is perimeter, okay, H is obviously the height, and capital B stands for area of base. Okay, sometimes they may ask you to find the lateral area, and the lateral area is perimeter times the height. So the lateral area is the area of all the faces that are around the shape without the bases. Okay, and then for volume, the formula is area of the base times the height. Okay, so a rectangular prism looks like this. Okay, more or less. Now this right here, you can see through here. So this is called the base. So this is your base. Okay, this right here is your height. Okay, and so that's pretty much all we need to find everything. So let's use this as an example. So let's say this one is 4, and let's assume that this is a square base, so that's 4, and then the height is going to be, say it's 10, let's say it's feet. Okay, so then to find the surface area, well, we always need to find the lateral area, so let's find that first. So the lateral area is the perimeter of the base, right? So that's 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 4 times 4, that is, so it's right down. So the perimeter is 4 times 4, that's 16, times the height, which is 10. So the lateral area is 160 feet square. Okay, so that's the first part. Now for surface area, what we have to do is use the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. So we already know the lateral area, which is 160, and then we're going to add the area of the base times 2. I know the base is a square, so it's 4 times 4, that makes it 16. So this is 160 plus 2 times 16, that's 32. So that gives you 192 square feet. Okay? And don't forget the units. Units are important. So the last thing is volume. So volume, the formula is area of the base times height. You should write it down every single time. Area of the base, so we know the area of the base is 4 times 4, that's 16, times the height, which is 10, and so that gives you 160 cubic feet. Notice that these two have the same value, but the units are different, okay? And that's okay, it can happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a triangular prism now. So this one is a triangular prism. So that means if it's a triangular prism, the base is a triangle. Okay, so let's begin with the lateral area. So Lateral area is perimeter times the height. Well, if you think about this one, it's like you can stand it on its base, right? So that means the height of this one is 7. Now the perimeter, this one is 5, this is 6, so we need to find this side right here. Okay, so how do we do it? We probably use the Pythagorean theorem. So this is 5, so that means this is 2.5. The whole thing is 5, that's 2.5. So now we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find that. And I know the height is 6. So we do 6 squared plus 2.5 squared is equal to x squared. So that gives you, let's see, 2.5 squared and plus 36. That gives you 42.25 equals x squared. We take the square root. So let's take square root of 42.25. That gives us 6.5. So that means this here is 6.5, and therefore this one is also 6.5. So now we can find the perimeter of the base. So the perimeter is 6.5 plus 6.5. That gives you 13 plus 5. That gives you 18. Now times the height, which is 7. So this right here is the base, right? So the perimeter of the base is 6.5 plus 6.5 plus 5, and then times the height, which is 7. Okay. Now, to get 6.5 here, all you have to do is use the Pythagorean theorem. So now I know this. I can find the lateral area. So it's 18 times 7. That gives you 126, and the units are feet square. So that's lateral area. That's the area of all these bases, of all these like rectangles, if you want to think about them. Now surface area, we have to do the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Okay, so in this case, we know the lateral area is 126 plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, the base is a rectangle, right? So it's base times height divided by 2. So 5 times 6, that's 30. 30 divided by 2, that gives you 15. So now we have 126 plus 2 times 15, that's 30. So that gives you 156 square feet. Okay? Now volume, we do area of the base. So area of the base times the height. So area of the base, we know it's 15. The height is 7. So 15 times 7, you get 105 cubic feet. And that's pretty much all you have to do. Okay? And some problems get a little bit more complicated. So let's look at this one here. So this one says the volume of a rectangular prism is 1200 cubic feet. The bases are squares, as shown. What is the length of the prism? So what we need to find is that. Well, what I like to do is first write down the formula, area of the base times height, and then substitute everything that I know. I know the volume is 1200, and I can easily find the area of the base because it's a square. So that is 20 times 20, that is 400, right? Times the height. So now not the height. Well, yeah, we can think of it as the height, or x, right? The length of the prism, which is the height. So then we just divide by 400. That makes a 1. Divide by 400. So 1200 divided by 400, that gives you 3. That's is that right? That looks a little. Let's see, 1200. Yeah, it is 3. Okay, so that is the height. So the height is 3. Okay, or the length is 3. And we can double check. So volume is area of the base, which is 20 times 20, that's 400 times 3. So 400 times 3, that gives you 1200 cubic feet. Okay, so that is right. Okay, so that's all you have to do.